Guys, the time has finally come. I'm finally getting around to it. Holy. Alright, so some of the first things we're gonna go over is the basics of the game. I suggest if you already know all the basics, skipping that. I'm gonna leave timestamps in the description that you can use. But yeah, in this video, we're gonna go over the basics, and then we're gonna go over more advanced stuff, and then I am gonna explain how I use zip lines and how to play around zip lines. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm sorry if I'm bad at explaining stuff and my guide did not help you. I hope it helps you. But yeah, there's millions of movement guides on YouTube, so if this one doesn't work for you, I suggest trying a different one. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, so for the first portion of the video, we're gonna go over the basics. So if you already know all the basics, I suggest going to the description and going to the timestamps for like new things, because this is gonna be very basic. So the first thing we're gonna learn is slide jumping. This is how you get around the map. The quickest way around the map, actually. It's actually the fastest speed you can move around the map. Instead of just running like this, slide jumping's a lot faster. And if you time it right, you can be very fast with these. It's pretty much just like muscle memory of timing it right. So I'm going to teach you how to slide jump. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go to settings, and then you want to go to your mouse and keyboard. And you're going to want to find in your settings under movement, you're going to want to find crouch hold. Whatever your crouch hold button is the button you want to press when you slide. So you want to combine this with your jump button. Mine's on left control, so when I go, like when I slide, I'm pressing left control to initiate the slide. And then I'm pressing space midair kind of thing. I would recommend early on setting your jump button to scroll wheel. So where's jump? Right here. You could have both. I have both. It's going to be very beneficial for another thing we're going to go over, which is bunny hopping. So I would recommend having both of these, or at least scroll wheel as a jump. And even if you're not used to it, it might feel weird. You know, you're new to the game and your jump button all of a sudden is scroll wheel. But it's gonna be very beneficial down the line. But yeah, we're gonna go over it one more time. So you want your crouch hold to be your slide button for these slide jumps. And you want to press your crouch hold button, which mine is left control. And then you want to jump after that's done. This is basically the fastest way. I think the timer for this is like 1.5 seconds of until you, because if you try to slide, you get this. You can't slide instantly after you slide again. You have to wait. There's like a timer. I think it's like, I'll probably look it up and put it in the video, but I think it's like 1.5 seconds or something. And you'll basically build muscle memory of when you can slide. Okay, moving on to the next thing we're gonna go over, which is bunny hopping. This is kind of useful still. It's like a free way to, like, I don't know, it's more silent than, I don't know, it's like bunny hopping's very situational. Like, you don't really need to like do it too often, but it can be kind of clean, and it can be like, I don't know, you can just keep your momentum going. So you're gonna want to go to your settings, and this is where I said the jump button on scroll wheel is going to be pretty important. I can do it with space too, but it's a lot harder. But I would suggest you guys trying the scroll wheel. For this video, I'm gonna assume you guys are doing the scroll wheel method. So you're gonna want to set your jump under movement and settings. You want to set your jump to scroll wheel, down or up, it doesn't really matter. When you have your scroll wheel on jump, you're gonna want to do your slide jump, and then when your character lands, he like slides like this. So when you're doing your slide jump, as soon as you land, you want to start scrolling. So slide jump, and then when you land, start scroll wheeling. It's basically your character's like, he's like in a crouch, but he's jumping at the same time. That's how you're bunny hopping, basically. With scroll wheel, it's way easier than space. But yeah, you can learn both. It doesn't really matter. Space is just harder to learn, I guess. Yeah, you can play around with it, figure out which, if you like space or scroll wheel more. I would 100% suggest using scroll wheel. Alright, so we're gonna go over, I think it's like ledge sliding or edge sliding or something. I don't really know the name for it, but it's basically where you come up to a wall like this, and then you gotta climb it, and then you slide off of it. So you're pressing your climb button, which is your jump button, and when he comes over, you slide. Like you do the slide jump you just learned, but you do it after you climb up the wall. It's you get like a speed boost. You can also go right like that. You can go in the right direction, or you can go in the left direction. All you want to do is instead of sliding with W, like you're gonna go forward, you press your D button when you climb this, and then you slide right. You can slide left or right. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, it's a slide jump, and then if I want to go right, I'm holding D, obviously, instead of W. But yeah, so with the edge sliding stuff, there's a quick route you can do when you jump down. It's kind of just like you're like timing your slide. So if I come up to an object like this, it's gonna give me a speed boost. So I pretty much I run up to this object and slide off the corner of it. So kind of like this. Or like it doesn't really matter what corner. Like you can find objects in the game where you can slide down multiple and they're like corners. But yeah, it's like that. You just kind of just find a corner and it like speed boosts you. It's kind of hard in the range, or in the firing range that I'm in, to show you. It's a lot easier in game because there's a lot more like stuff to use to do it on. But yeah, there's a lot of guides on it. It's really simple. It's just kind of like the corner of objects kind of thing. Okay, so for the final basics of movement, I'm gonna show you guys how to wall bounce. So basically, to wall bounce, all you're doing is doing your slide jump that we learned. And so what I like to do is I like to, instead of just sliding like this and then doing that, I personally, it doesn't really matter, you can do whatever you want, but I like to angle myself like that. So instead of running in a straight line like this, I'm angling the jump, you know? Because I want to get the like maximum like distance on my wall bounce. Basically, I'm gonna angle myself like this, slide jump into the wall, and when your guy gets like this, where he's gonna where he like kind of like connects to the wall, you want to press your jump button again. So like it bounces you. So basically, you angle like this, you run and slide jump, and then you want to let go of W midair right when you're about to hit the wall, and then once you hit the wall, you want to press your jump button again. Whatever your move forward button is, you want to let go of that. You cannot run into the wall holding W, because your guy like gets stuck on the wall. So go over it again. So you angle it, and then slide jump, let go of W, and then press your jump button again like that. So run at the wall, slide jump, let go of W, press your jump button again once you connect to the wall. But yeah, now we're gonna move on to the more advanced stuff. I would only move on to this advanced stuff if you have learned all the basics. We're gonna get straight into that. Alright, so in this clip that you guys are watching, this clip was posted on Reddit, and Moki actually made a whole entire video on it, which I will link in the description. But basically, people are wondering how I was doing this slide jump so fast. They actually named it the FAIDE slide jump. So this slide jump is actually a part of my playstyle, like completely, and I'm gonna explain how. Alright, we're in game right now. I got my friend Busby here, so I'm gonna show you guys how this is done. So he's gonna stand right here and shoot at me. So this is the enemy right here, and this is me, and this is the cover that I'm using. So he's the one in the open. I'm using cover. I'm standing behind something. Alright, he's shooting at me. And then when he goes to reload, because he's gonna have to reload his gun or swap guns, that's when I go out. It's right when he runs out of ammo or runs out of his clip. Let's say he's peeking me. He just ran out of ammo. And that's when I go in. Right when his clip runs out, that's when I slide. I slide right in, right when he runs out of his clip. And I'm baiting him to shoot at me. I'm basically baiting him to shoot at me, and then taking the advantage as soon as he's out of ammo in his original gun and he's spraying it. Because typically when I'm behind this right here and he's right there, he's going to keep pre-firing it and trying to hit me because I'm going to peek into it. So right when I know that clip's gone, I holster, and then I slide out. I always holster when I play. Gun out, holster. So gun out, I'm peeking him, and then holster when he runs out of ammo. All right, one more time. So we got our gun out. We're peeking each other. He's gonna shoot at me. He's out of ammo. As simple as that. Like, I holster on the slide. Every single time, you always want to holster. I'm holstering every single time. That is why I'm moving so fast. No matter what I'm doing in game, while I'm running around, I'm always holstering my gun when I'm fighting someone. That's why I'm moving so fast. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna go over here is wall climbing. I basically like to use this technique when the enemy can't see me or has no line of sight of me. I'll do this to like surprise them. I typically like to use this on doorways, but you can use it on almost any wall there is. But you kind of want to use it when someone's coming around a corner or through a doorway. So this movement tech is really simple and basic. I mean, you're pretty much just surprising the person you're fighting by climbing a wall. Typically when there's no LOS, but in this situation right here, this is one of those odd situations where the guy sees me, but in his mind, he thinks I'm just like climbing up to the next floor. But in reality, I'm just above his head and he has no clue. He thinks I climbed up to the roof. So you can use this in pretty much any situation. You can get really creative with it. But yeah, it's pretty straight to the point. Alright, so the next thing we're going to go over is doorways. This one is going to be a big one. There's so much you can do with doors. I probably use doors the most in my playstyle. I'm gonna go over multiple things with doors. So the first thing we're gonna start off with is how to kill someone on your door. So typically when someone's on your door, it's because they're chasing you or you need to heal and you're trying to hold the door off them. So let's say I'm getting chased and I'm on like a doorway like this and this guy's trying to kill me. He's gonna be pressing his E button on the door or his interact button, whatever his interact button is on the doorway to open it. So with that in mind, I know he's trying to spam open the door. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back up a little bit because he's spamming his interact button. As I back up, it starts to open the door little by little. And what you can do is, because the door's already like that, he can't do anything about it. Unless he presses interact again, it's stuck like that. So what you can do is you can fully back up while it's creaked open, and then peek and just kill him instantly. Or just crack him. It's basically like a surprise like shot. They don't expect to get shot while you're like creaking it open. Okay, next thing we're gonna go over, let's say I'm getting chased and I'm low HP. Obviously in this clip I'm full health. But let's say there's 3 guys chasing me through this building off that door. And the only way I can heal is if I have time away from the enemies. So what I'm going to do is when I jump off the balcony, I know there's only one doorway to get into this building. Other than that, they'll have to go all the way around. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to portal the doorway so they can't get inside, and that gives me enough time to, like, let's say, like, pop a bat. Let's say I'm cracked and I pop a bat. It gives me extra time, and not only do I have a portal on that doorway and they can't enter that doorway, I can take the portal back and forth, and it continues to block the doorway from them getting in, so there's only one entrance. Alright, for this next scenario, let's say I'm getting chased by a full team and the door I want to go into is closed. What I want to do is I'm going to pop my Q because I'm getting chased by 3 people. I'm going to run around and time it perfectly so when I slide into the door, I'm sliding inside and shutting it right behind me. I'm quickly turning my mouse and then closing the door behind me. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is the it's kind of like a like moving, or like, I mean, I guess you're moving, but it's like a non like slide jump wall bounce kind of thing. I'm going to show you guys an example real quick in a clip so you guys can get a better understanding of what I'm talking about. Alright, so as you guys can see in this clip, this Octane comes around the corner and he like surprisingly like just starts shooting me out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck is going on? So basically, I turn to the wall and I wall bounce directly off it, not even moving or sliding into it. Alright, I'm going to show you guys in the range how to do this. There's actually 2 variations to this. Okay, so we're going to come up to this wall, and I'm going to show you 2 variations of this. So the first one is sliding off the wall backwards. This isn't really a wall bounce. This isn't like the primary thing I was showing you guys, but this is the second option you have. So basically what you want to do is you want to come to the wall with your gun out, or you can do it with no gun, doesn't really matter. But let's say that this is a door right here and this is the wall outside of the door. So if someone's peeking that and I want to like slide back like this but off the wall, what I want to do is I want to walk up to it and just jump like that. I want to jump into it. It's kind of like a wall bounce. So basically what you want to do is you want to walk up to the wall, you want to press your jump button, and then you want to go forward into the wall, and then you want to press your jump button again. It's kind of like a wall bounce. You're pressing your jump button twice, but you're just kind of like smacking the wall, I guess. It's hard to explain, but you jump forward, jump into it, and then when you jump back like that, it kind of already sends you back. What you want to do is you want to press your back button and then your slide button. So you're sliding backwards off the wall, basically. So this is the doorway. So this is the doorway. Kind of like that. So I'm walking up to the wall. You can do it with the gun out or like no gun. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you can do this on any point of the wall, but just like that. It's really clean if you're getting chased or something. Let's say there's a guy behind me over here. If I'm getting chased by someone and I have no time, there's like a doorway over here and I have no time to like run and slide and wall bounce because I'm gonna die, I'll do some shit like this. Like just some random like just random jukes basically if you don't have time to wall bounce. Alright, so let's move on to the primary thing we're here to talk about, and it's like the non-slide jump wall bounce kind of thing. So this one's harder to get down for sure. Like sometimes you'll be doing it, or like you'll try to do it and you'll mess up. It's kind of hit or miss sometimes, but it's basically it's the same thing as the first thing. You're pressing your jump button twice on the wall and you're kind of just moving into it, and you want to do it in like the upper area of the wall. That's what I like to do. See how like I'm getting sent back sometimes? It's sometimes like not like 100% consistent, but you just walk up to the wall. Like let's say this is a doorway, or yeah, this is a doorway and this is like a wall. It's kind of like similar. Like I'm trying to like get the like a surprise shot on them or something with like a shotgun maybe. So I'm gonna come up to the wall and I'm gonna. It's almost like your character's like climbing the wall in a way. Like that's kind of what you want to go for. And when he goes to like climb is when you press space again, or like your jump button. My jump button space, but it's like your character's about to climb the wall and then you want to like jump, and it like bounces you up. Like I said, it's not like 100% consistent, but once you get it down, or like you have it happen in game, it goes a long way. Alright, we are back in the range for this one, boys. So this one is kind of big right now. Not kind of big, it is very big. It's kind of the most talked about, tab strafing. I know there's a lot of guides on this, so I'm gonna do my best to at least explain like how I use it and my binds and stuff. Alright, so first we gotta go over the key binds because this is very important. And if you're a controller player, I'm sorry, I have no clue if you can even tap strafe on controller. This is kind of just M&K only currently that I know of. I really don't know, to be honest. Basically, you're gonna want to change your move forward button to a scroll wheel. You can have it on scroll up or scroll down. Doesn't really matter. But basically, what this is doing is it's I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, like I don't know the science behind it or whatever exactly, but basically I think it's doing a whole bunch of move forward inputs when you scroll wheel. So that's why you can do like the 180 turns or whatever, because the game thinks you're like inputting your move forward button multiple times, or it is inputting that, I think. Like I said, I don't really know the exact science behind it. All I know is you put that on your move forward and you're good to go, basically. The first thing we're gonna go over is how to tab strafe in different directions. So, alright, let's say I want to take a sharp right here. And I'm running in a straight line. So I'm running like this and I want to go that way. So basically, you're gonna want to run like this. You're gonna want to slide jump. And as you jump, you want to let go of W, and because I'm going this way, because I want to go right, D, obviously when I press D on my keyboard, I go this way, I go right. You want to let go of W after you slide jump and start pressing D, and then that's when you want to scroll wheel up or down, whatever you have it on. And it's basically like sending you that way. Like, I don't know, I don't really know the science behind it, but you get what I'm saying. So you want to run, slide jump, scroll wheel up, and then press the directional key you want to go. If my explanation of this is confusing, there are so many guides on YouTube for tab strafing. So like I said, go watch those ones. They're probably way better at explaining it. But yeah, you just run. If you're running in a straight line, you run in a straight line, slide jump, and while you're in the air, let go of W, press your directional key, and then your scroll wheel that way. So it'll instantly send you that way. Kind of like that. Obviously, left is literally just the A key instead of the D key. Okay, for an example, just for the directional stuff, let's say this is an enemy right here, and I'm bubbling up on him. He's gonna expect me to peek right here, so what I'm gonna do, instead of just sliding straight into him, I'm gonna choose a direction to go. So I'm gonna go left. I'm just using what I did right here. I'm just tab strafing left or right, basically, to surprise him. Normally they'll probably miss a good amount of bullets. They might not miss their whole clip, but especially when you bubble, because there's a lot of bubble fights nowadays, they most likely will miss a bit. You know, like, it gives you an advantage right away. You could do it like right next to him too. But yeah, that's basically like a little example. Alright, next thing I'm gonna show you guys is the octane pad. I gotta go get a pad real quick. So right now, Octane is one of the strongest characters in the game, for sure. Octane, Bloodhound, Gibby, 3 strongest characters in the game currently. It just depends on like which season you're watching this guide on. I mean, you could be watching it like a couple seasons later, and they nerfed Octane's pad or something. Like, you never know. But currently, Octane is the strongest character in the game, and tab strafing is one of those reasons. Like we were explaining earlier, how you can take like a sharp right. You can also do that on a pad. So basically, when I'm coming around this corner and jumping like this, or like just jumping, obviously when you hit a pad, you have your press space to jump like that, like it's your jump button. That's basically, think of that as like me running and slide jumping to turn right here, but you're using that jump on the pad. I'm really bad at explaining things, I feel like. I don't know. Like I said, you guys don't understand, watch another guide, but it's basically like a slide jump off the pad. So I'm gonna jump and then turn instantly and do the same thing I did over there. So I'm doing like pretty much my slide jump off the pad, and then pressing my directional key and then my scroll wheel. So I want to like, if I go jump, directional, and then scroll up. What I like to do personally is if I know I'm gonna go right when I press W to get in this pad, I'll instantly let go of W, and then let's say I want to go right, I'm instantly, as soon as I jump off that and I'm like gliding in the air, I'll already be holding my directional key because I'm preparing to go that way. So like I'll slide into it, let go of W instantly, and then hold my directional key that way. Like I'll hold D the whole time in the air and then scroll wheel up and go that way. And you can do the same for left. Quick turn that way. Alright, next thing we're going to explain is basically just going in a straight line off your pad and then coming straight back to it. So it's pretty much the same thing. You just got to turn your mouse pretty quick. It's the same thing as if I'm going like that way, but it's more like you're just turning your mouse pretty much. Wherever you turn your mouse, you can hold A or D for this to turn around really quick, but you're just turning your mouse pretty fast, to be honest. I would recommend going in the range and just practicing it, like going back and forth like this until you got it down. That's what I did. Like I said, if this is confusing, which it probably is, maybe, I don't really know, watch another guide, because I am not the best at explaining tab strafing. Okay, the next thing I want to go over with tab strafing is the wall bounce tab strafing. Okay, basically, let's say I want to wall bounce, so I'm gonna go to this wall, I'm gonna wall bounce, and pretty much you normally just go that way, but you can change your direction. So like, as we learned how you can instantly cut 90 degrees or like 180 degrees, I'm gonna wall bounce and then tab strafe left and instantly go this way. So I'm way out here instead of straight. So that's like a different variation of wall bouncing with tab strafing. Okay, and then kind of like the Octane pad, how you can hit the pad and come straight back to it and then go the other way, the complete opposite way. You can do that with wall bouncing too. So you run up to the wall, tab strafe behind you like that. So let's say there's a guy chasing me. I can run up to the wall and instantly be right here looking at him with like a shotgun or something and shoot him. So yeah, it's basically, I would say only use that if somebody's on you and you have enough health to fight, or it's like your last like chance kind of thing. So you just wall bounce and then go backwards. I just kind of messed it up right there. So it's like that. Straight back into him. Straight back into him like that. It's kind of quicker with the gun out, to be honest. Yeah, it's a lot more smooth with the gun on, it feels like. And the same goes, so this is why I like race really good. If I Q, I'm moving faster as well. Look how fast that is. And I'm instantly going this way. So even if you're getting chased and you don't want to fight the guy, you just Q and do that backwards. Oh, and also, again with race kit, I'm gonna portal and Q. It's very fast. As you can see that, I'm going super fast. Like, you could even take the portal back if you wanted to. Like, tap straight back into the portal or just instant fight the guy. It's kind of, to be honest, like doing that right there, it's more so like flashy. But yeah, you can do that. So this next thing, it's pretty simple. I don't really know if this is that useful, but I've started doing it. So normally when you slide off like an object like that, you get like a boost. I've been tap strafing after I do that, so kind of like that, and then instantly go back to the wall. But yeah, my keybinds don't really allow me to super glide. That's why I'm not gonna go over it, because I'm pressing 3 buttons to slide. It's kind of hard to explain, but I basically just can't super glide with my keybinds. But yeah, if you guys want to watch like a super glide guide, be sure to look that up. But I just personally don't do it, so I'm not going to show it. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to go over with tap strafing is the wall bounce tap strafes. It's basically where this wall right here, realistically, if I'm not tap strafing, there's no way I can like wall bounce to this. Like, there's literally just no way. See, like, I don't even have an angle. It's basically walls that you don't have angles on that you tap strafe into. Because I can like tap strafe into it like that. It's basically like we went over before. I'm running, like this is the wall. I'm running this way, and I'm slide jumping, and then letting go of W, and then pressing the directional key of which the wall is, or where the wall is. And then I'm wall bouncing off it. So it's like a normal wall bounce, but you're just tap strafing in that direction. I noticed this side's harder to do, to be honest. At least for me, the A side, or the left side. It's a little bit more awkward for me, personally. But yeah. I'm going to show a clip of this in a game real quick. And then we're going to move on to another part of the video. Alright, so before we move on to like the zipline building and stuff, we need to talk about the zipline, like the super jump thing. You need to for sure have that binded. You can do it with space and E. I used to do that. I used to use space bar and E to do it, but it's a lot more like inconsistent. Like I just hit it right there, but I'm not gonna hit it like as consistent as scroll wheel. Like scroll wheel is like 100% way more efficient. So I'd recommend, if you are using spacebar, to switch to scroll wheel. So basically how this is done, you want to go to your settings, and then you want to go to your jump binds. And I still use space to like slide jump and stuff, but as far as the super jump, I had that binded to scroll wheel down. You can have it on scroll wheel up or down, but yeah, you just want to bind your scroll wheel to jump. And then all you're going to want to do is whatever your interact button is, mine's E, you're going to want to press it, and then you want to scroll wheel down, or whatever your thing's bound to. So E and then scroll. It's very fast, very simple. There's a million guides on this, so I just thought I'd throw it in here because like this is a big part of like zip lining, of course. All right, now we're gonna move on to the building side of things. I'm the only YouTuber that is killing people trying to make their movement guide. The first thing we're gonna go over is actually implementing the super jump into your game. That's the thing we just learned. that you probably should know by now, but anyways, so what you're gonna want to do is when you super jump, you want to look up. You never want to like. It just kind of like maximizes like the distance you can get up to. So you're gonna want to walk up to the zipline, and then you want to do your super jump, and then you can go to whatever floor you really want to. It's like the top 3. But yeah, that's pretty much. It's like a quick way to get into floors, in like all the buildings. So one of the things I like to do with the super jump is, okay, let's say typically people hold the top floor. So let's say someone's holding right there. I'm gonna super jump up to peek him, but he thinks that like I'm just gonna ride it straight up like this. But instead, I'm gonna super jump up like this and then talk on him, or like arc star stick him. I'm gonna show you guys an example of that real quick. Alright, now I'm gonna go over how to go up the zipline if someone's holding the top. I'm gonna do each building. So I'm gonna start with this building. But if someone's holding the top right there, without super jumping, you can actually jump to the middle of these. So all these right here, in between floors. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll show you right now. So you go like this. It's pretty much a free way up, because if someone's aiming down like that, you're gonna be going in and out, in and out. Like, it's gonna be impossible to hit. So it's something that I like to do, like if I don't want to super jump, because super jumping sometimes can like screw you over. Like, I'm a free target. So what I'll do sometimes is go like this. I'll just connect right up and go to the next floor instead. Because if I'm super jumping, I'm a free target for a little bit, and I'll hit the top of that. So if you go like this, it's just quick like 90-degree turns, basically. So for this building, for this zipline building, one of the things you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to make, you're gonna want to make a healing route, or like an escape route. It's kind of like a healing route, escape route, kind of both. I'm gonna show this in every building, but I have healing routes and escape routes for every building. As you guys have probably seen in my videos, I like to heal here a lot. I like to heal right here a lot, behind this door. Obviously there's a door here, so it's like a free heal, and it's always in the back of my mind that I can heal here, I can heal down here on this door. I can heal in a room and look up. Like, you wanna, it doesn't really matter where your healing route is. It's just like you need to mentally make one so you know where to go over and over. Like this is the healing route right here, and then like if there's a whole team on my door, I have an escape route, and that's right here. Jump to here. It's pretty much just having a heal route and an escape route for each zipline building you're in. Alright, now we're gonna move on to the construction building. So there's something about this building that not a lot of people would really like think too hard about, but this side over here, these ledges right here, you always want to be on this side of the building. Like if you're 1v3ing, you want to be on this side specifically because of the ledges. Compared to the other side, these ledges make everything easier. Like, you can literally walk on the side of these and just ADS down. Like, I don't know, like it's just way better than being on the other side. So when you guys are thinking about 1v3 in a team, or like, you know, you have to 1v3, you want to play on this side of the building compared to the other side just because of the ledges. Okay, so now that we know that we have to play these ledges, I'm gonna explain to you my thought process when fighting like full squads in the zipline buildings. It's pretty simple. Basically, the way to win a zipline fight against a full team, or even like one person, is controlling high ground. So my thought process, the entire time I'm fighting, is if they're holding height, I want to drop below them and bait them down to me, so then I can therefore get above them and they have to zip up into me. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys in this clip how it kind of works. Absolute units. So basically I drop down here, they start dropping on me, and that's when I instantly take height from them. And then I ADS down, get a 1-clip instantly, and then I can just keep dropping on them, take height again. This example was pretty quick, but there's multiple fights where I just bait them down and then I zipline or I super jump up above them and take their height and then just ADS down. That is how you win every single zipline fight. If they're zipping, like if they have to zipline into you, you're at such a advantage over them. So the whole idea is baiting them down and then taking height from them. So just like the other building that we showed, in construction, you also want to build like a mental map of where you're gonna drop if you need to heal, or where you could heal, like stuff like that. You can be creative with it, make your own stuff. You can watch other people. Oh yeah, also, what I like to do in construction is memorize where armor swaps are on each floor. I always keep a mental note of where that armor swap is. Before we move on, this is kind of how it looks in the construction building when you do the middle jump. Like I showed in the other building, when you're going up and you jump in the middle part. There's only one middle part in this building, and I use it quite a bit to the 3rd floor. So I thought I'd just show you guys that. So there's not much different from the Shimmer building. As well as this building, I have a mental layout of everything that I can do. So I can heal on all these doors. I can heal on this door right that I'm next to. I can heal on the 2nd floor door. I can heal on the bottom floor door. It's just learning the zipline buildings and what you can do around them is the key. So I actually have another movement guide of like tips and tricks that in Capital City that you can do. Like right here, you can slide and then shoot through the window. Like you just need to learn these buildings basically, because if you learn the escape routes and you learn where you can heal, like it's all it comes down to really is game sense and map knowledge. Alright, so the final thing we're going to go over is redirecting. Honestly, it's kind of like the bootleg tap strafing now. Everyone kind of just replaces tap strafing, but I still use redirects once in a while. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Kind of similar to when I taught you guys the tap strafing. We're just going to go on this right angle again. It's pretty much tap strafing, but you're pressing your S button. So basically how you're going to want to redirect is, it's kind of like tap strafing, how I explained it earlier. I'm going to show you it in the same way. The only difference is you're obviously going to press your S key. So you're going to want to run. Say we want to go this way. You're going to want to run, slide jump, press your D key like once. Like hold it down for a second and then let go all your keys and press S. You're going like this. S is the final button. So you run, slide jump, D like this, because you're going to be like right here, and then you press S. And then you're pretty much just going that way for free. And you're also holding your slide button after you land. So you kind of like slide backwards. You can also like move your mouse. I do something like that and then I B-hop into it. It's kind of like a tap strafe. But yeah, it's pretty much for getting around like corners quickly, or like if you want to like jump out of a building and jump backwards, or you just want to like, can also be used for like, say you want to push a kid like this, kind of like that. It's like a bootleg tap strafe, to be honest. It's similar. Obviously, tap strafe has a lot more you can do with it, but yeah. Basically, how I use the redirect. So yeah, I know there's a few things that I'm missing, like super gliding and the double tap strafe, but these are things you guys can look up on YouTube. I'm just showing you guys stuff that I use and use in my own gameplay. But yeah, like I said, if there's stuff in here that you don't quite understand, or you're looking for more, there's so many movement guides on YouTube that you can use. So if this wasn't the one for you, um, just look up movement guide on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find one that suits you. But yeah, guys, thanks for all the support. Road to 1 mil. I love all of you. I would be nothing without you guys. But yeah, thank you so much.